school on Thursday, I think 7th. Let me just confirm. 7th of October 2021. So Far Cry 6 came out today, but I can't play it yet because my PlayStation is full. I'm gonna try and get through the Ghost of Tsushima DLC as quickly as I can, and then I can delete the game, and if that's not enough for Far Cry, then I'll play, I think, like Danganronpa or something. And, just keep on playing games until I have enough for Far Cry. But anyway, so, get the form class, and normally on a Thursday, because our form teacher doesn't work Thursdays, or they work Thursdays, but for some reason it doesn't take us on Thursdays. We were taken by a sub, and we were supposed to have assembly through Zoom. And the teacher would do the assembly, would airplay the assembly, but the teacher doesn't know what he's doing, so he said, "Oh, just watch it on your iPads," but we don't have Zoom. So I heard from other people, and I asked my old classroom assistant what happened, and it turns out that the English teacher that I have on Thursdays is now our head of year instead of Mrs. Fletcher. So hopefully we'll hear no more about Mrs. Fletcher. Yeah. So sorry, my mind went blank there. I had no work, so the entire time I was just reading. But then period 3 came and I had mentoring. Or wait, at break, I went to go to the library, but I think there's something on in the library. So I thought I'll just come back at lunch. Period 3, I was supposed to have mentoring, but the teacher was doing something else, so it was basically just a study period. And then I left at 20 past because I thought the period ended at 20 past, so I was standing outside media for 5 minutes looking like an asshole. And then in media, we just watched Bad Education, which, from the bits that we seen, looks like it's just a shot-for-shot remake of Teachers. And then after that we had English, and I done my presentation, and I was able to do it without showing my background, or at least the teacher couldn't see my background. The teacher who's now my head of year. And during lunch, I went to the library, and it was still, I couldn't go in, there were people there. Looked like a class. So I'm just gonna wait until Tuesday to bring back my books. Whoops. And then my sort of duty partner once again did not do his duty. He has never done it. And then when we came back to English, the teacher was just talking about how she's not her head of year, is there anything you want me to do? And I really wanted to mention the library, but for some reason I just didn't have the balls to do it. But hopefully it'll get sorted out. And then, like, I got kept behind by Miss, and she was saying, she knew my name, and she was like, I know your sense of humor, you crack me up, our sense of humor is the same. I don't really have any comment on that, because I really don't know if our humor style is the same or not. And then we had study again, and I just read. So this is Twitter as of 9 to 5 p.m. on Thursday, the 7th of October 2021. What did Jennifer Aniston and Jake Gyllenhaal film together? Yeah, I had a feeling this was Call of Duty. But that's Riverdale. COD. Okay. Season 17 of Doctor Who. Not Doctor Who. Marcus Long Venables has apparently had his head smashed in with a hammer. Can I get an amen? I saw, but I held back from tweeting about it since I don't believe it is true. The timelines don't add up, and a rumor like this has happened before. Let's wait and see. Child killer John Venables has not been murdered. The whatever has told me. Rumors keep persisting online that one of James Bulger's murderers was killed and had his eyes gouged out in Port Talbot. Yes, really. Ministry of Justice, alright, clearly officer says that none of these rumors are nonsense. Oh wait. These keep sending delivery drivers to my door because I'm his fattest boy. Okay, screw everyone's tweeting at me, so I'll talk about it before I go on this. I don't think it is true. I think it's probably false, but allegedly John Venables has been murdered. Apparently the reason it is not in the press because they talk about the location it happened, and as well as names, etc. And since the complete media blackout regarding identifying information about him is still in effect, even if he's dead, don't run it. I know the location, but I'm not going to post it for this reason. There are varying stories, but allegedly he was drunk, told people who he was the wrong person, overheard him, and then beat him to death with a weapon. Varying stories of it being a hammer or an axe. Allegedly his eyes were also gouged out, but I think that's just the rumor going mental. Now John is supposed to be still in prison. He, not that long ago, had his parole denied, which I think why the story is BS. Maybe he was just secretly released, maybe it was just day release. Or maybe this never. Wait. Maybe someone really did get murdered, but it was a case of mistaken identity, which has happened before. Maybe this never happened and there's just rumor that's gone crazy, which is what I think it to be the case because, as far as I know, he's still in prison. We just have to wait and see. Told you. Broke. I'm not saying that. I have another London event coming up in November, but what is this promo art? She's ugly man who thought it was a good idea to make her stone toss. Gee, I wonder. Facebook calls for new standard rules around after the whistleblower hearing. You're gonna need a tier 1 browser to see political comics in. Planet Terrorist creator of the Oil House clarified some of the Some info about their show's ending. The decision, to my knowledge, was made before Agony of a Witch premiered. One of those business guys decided that Owl House didn't fit into the Disney brand. So, let me just sit up straight and see if I can get this right. Disney have decided to cancel the Owl House because it was too based for them. Why would some thoughts work on a show he disagrees with? Cough, cough.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Vayan a ver. ¡Vamos! ¿Qué diablos está pasando?
I probably shouldn't have played that. Women will literally. Attorney General Merrick Garland mobilized the FBI to address the disturbing spike of threats by parents against school boards, teachers. Dad, the teacher gave me detention for complaining. Yeah, me too.